your dreams.
Shorekeeper is the new Spectro 5-star character that has recently come out in Wuthering Waves, and there seems to be a lot of hype around her. I do think Shorekeeper was worth the hype. I would arguably say that she is a must pull, and I say must pull pretty loosely since at the end of the day this is a single player gacha game. What I consider characters to be a quote-unquote must pull is characters that have really good utility, characters that can be basically placed anywhere and they basically help the team out, aka support characters, and that's basically what Shorekeeper is. She is a support character. As of right now, she is one of the best support characters we got. However, she is also the only limited support character we've got. In the future, maybe she could possibly be support crept, but in the end of the day, it's kind of difficult to support or to power creep support characters. The biggest part of Shorekeeper's kit is her Residence Liberation and Loop. This liberation basically has 3 stages. Stage 1 is called Outer Stellar Realm. It'll basically generate HP for your party members every 3 seconds. To get to the second stage, which is called the Interstellar Realm, you basically have to use an intro skill, and it will basically increase your party members' crit rate based off of Shorekeeper's max energy regen. To activate this third stage, which is called Supernal Stellar Realm, you have to use another intro skill. It'll basically increase your party members' crit damage based off of Bookkeeper's max ER, energy recharge. Storekeeper is the only character in the game that basically provides your characters with free crit rate and free crit damage, which is a pretty valuable asset that can be used basically on any team. Anybody could use more crit rate or more crit damage, especially your DPS characters. So any future DPS character would benefit from having Bookkeeper in the party. Another thing that Shorekeeper can do is that she can also heal. She can heal with her Resonance skill, she can heal with her Intro skill, and she can also heal with her Resonance Liberation. So having 3 different ways to heal your party members is a pretty cool mechanic that Shorekeeper can have. Not very relevant to the meta of the end game, but Shorekeeper can also travel very fast if you just hold her basic attack, and she'll basically transform into a butterfly and just travels very quickly. Also, when she is near any collectible item, she'll basically automatically collect them while she's in this form. I never would have thought that Kuro Games would add characters that would have some exploration creep, but they did. But it is pretty handy to have, and it does encourage you to spend for her. Now, if we compare Shorekeeper to other support characters, there's only really one other one at the moment, and that's basically Verina. I think Verina would be more brain dead to use because with Shorekeeper, in order to get the full stacks of her Residence Liberation, you do need to use 2 intro skills. But Verina is just a bit more easier to use. All you gotta do is just use a heavy attack, mid-air attack, an outro skill, or her Residence Liberation. And using any of those will basically boost your party's attack for a few seconds. 20 seconds to be precise, and that's a pretty long time. But since this is a gacha game, it's not like Shorekeeper is that complex to play, right? You know, you hit a few buttons, use your intro skill twice, and then, you know, you'll get the full benefit. Verina is still a pretty good unit because for one thing, she is a standard character, and I do believe that you could still get free standard characters from a ticket. Either way, since she is standard, you know, she has a chance to spook you. Shorekeeper is a limited character, so if anybody missed their chance getting Shorekeeper, or if anybody started the game later, you know, they might not have access to Shorekeeper. But they might have access to Verina. They most likely have a chance to have access to Verina, so Verina is still generally a pretty good character. It's not like you have to replace Verina with Shorekeeper unless you want to, but you still need like at least multiple teams for their end game modes. So it's not like Verina will totally sit at the bench. Verina can also heal as well. So Verina is providing healing, an attack buff, and she also provides coordinated attacks so she can attack enemies off field. I would arguably say that Verina can probably out damage Shorekeeper since Verina does have coordinated attacks. Shorekeeper doesn't really have anything off field offensive wise anyways, but Shorekeeper's utility of increasing your crit rate and crit damage is too fucking good anyways, so I don't really think Shorekeeper's personal damage is important. If you have to choose between Verina or Shorekeeper, I think it's just going to depend on just your personal preference, but you do need multiple teams anyway, so I don't, you know, just choose one team for Shorekeeper and one team for Verina. I think Jinxie and Verina work pretty well since Verina's coordinated attacks can help stack up Jinxie's enlightenment, and Shorekeeper can be used on the other side of whoever your main DPS is. One important weird thing that I forgot to mention about Shorekeeper is that she does have a personal skill that basically helps Rover out. That personal skill being called self-gravitation. Basically, when Rover's in the party, their energy regen will be increased by 10%. This passive skill will also like increase Shorekeeper's energy regen by 10% if there's like some other resonator in the party. Now, the 10% energy boost for Rover is not really that big of a deal, but I do just find it interesting that they've made a character that basically helps out another specific character. I wonder if we'll ever get something like that in the future. Like, you know, we have a new character that'll only basically boost up this specific character. Something like that could make team building a little bit more restrictive since, you know, this new character will basically boost this specific character. I don't know how far Kuro Games will go with this, but I just wanted to take a note of this mechanic specifically. Anyways, I do think Shorekeeper's a pretty good pickup, a must pull if you say. If I had a tier list, I'd probably put her in like an SS tier because, you know, she provides a lot of stuff. Healing, crit bonus. That's going to be the end of this yapping session. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. What do you guys think of Shorekeeper so far? And I will see you guys later.
Bye-bye now. Come again soon.